If you've ever found yourself questioning your decisions, if you've watched yourself go over one question again and again and again without knowing what to choose, if you've had difficulty trusting yourself and not knowing how to make the safest or best decision for you, I got you. In human design, we learn something called the authority. And the authority in your human design is the one tool that will help you make the best decisions in your life. And with each decision that you make according to your personal authority, you will be able to take a step into or onto the path of your purpose. Let's dig into how your authority informs your decision-making process in your human design. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what the authority in your human design means. This is your decision-making process. And within this series, I'm going to explain to you all the different pillars that you need to know to start understanding and deciphering what your body chart and your human design is telling you. So if you're interested, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and stay tuned to learn more of the code words in the human design language so that you're up to date and understand everything that you can get out of the juicy human design information. So the authority is one of the most important aspects in your human design. The top three are your energy type, your authority, and your profile. And today we're gonna talk about your authority, but if you wanna look at your energy type, I've prepared a video that explains that in detail that you can go watch here. And so the authority is incredibly helpful because I am sure that you have been in a situation where you didn't know what decision to make, you were thinking about it constantly, maybe you were making a list of pros and cons to help you make the best decision. But actually, contrary to what we've been taught in the school system or by our parents, those are not aspects or tools that will actually help us making the best decisions. So a lot of us believe that to make a good decision, we have to be smart. We have to think about it. We have to break open our head. And the more we use our mind, the better we will find the decision we have to make. But actually, in human design, what we're taught is that our decision-making process, at least for the majority of us, comes from an internal process. So we all have this internal voice, this internal guiding system that when we start listening to it, it will bring us onto the path of our purpose. And so with each right decision, we will get closer to what we're meant to be doing in this lifetime or to the path that we're meant to be taking in this karmic renaissance. The moment that we start understanding that our mind is fantastic to find solutions to problems and to be inspired, but that our body is actually way wiser than anything our mind could conjure up, we start understanding how making decisions from this internal feeling is actually the right starting point. To me, one of the most interesting things about authority or our decision-making process is not only that thanks to our authority, we will be making a decision from the correct place, but that actually we can start trusting ourselves to make that decision. We're no longer dependent on outside resources trying to tell us things because we know I have my innate wisdom and that is actually the correct one for me. And it is very common to be confused or not to know what decision to make because our decisions are very conditioned. And so since we are little, we have been educated in a way that when we express what our desires are, when we express which path we want to take, when we express what we actually want and what decision we want to take, that often clashes with our surroundings or the people that are raising us. And so as children, we only see black and white. They love me or they don't love me. And anytime your decision is getting questioned, there is a threat to your well-being. And when there is a threat, the most natural order of survival is I'm gonna do what they're asking me to because I'm afraid something could happen to me. So that is how we get reinforced over and over again that when we express our desires, our decisions, and those go against the ideas and the concepts of those people raising us or our environment, that actually we have no other choice than to compromise what we really want because we need to be loved and accepted in order to feel safe. And so This is something that happens over and over again, which is what we call education, because oftentimes as parents, we're not able to see how strongly our children or we ourselves are connected to our inner guiding system that is gonna take us on our unique path in this lifetime. And so another really interesting fact about authority is that just because you're making a decision from this interior place, or just because you're making a decision from your authority, it doesn't mean that your path will be absolutely painless, okay? Pain is an important process that helps us expand and helps our vessel grow bigger so that we're able to hold new experiences and better experiences. And so this decision-making process, or this authority that is gonna help us in making the best decisions for us, does not guarantee that all of those decisions are gonna be perfect or are gonna turn out great. It also means that there are lessons in decisions that even though they are right, there still can be an obstacle, or there still could be something that from our mind is going wrong, even though we made the right decision from our authority. So I just want you to understand that this is not like bulletproof method of like how to fly through life with ever anything happening to us, because that's not realistic and that's not how we grow and that's not how life works. But it is the one tool in human design that is gonna help you make the right decisions that are gonna really impact you in the most positive way. Another really interesting fact to me in human design regarding the authority is that we're talking about moving into a new paradigm in human design in 2027. And so this really means that the last 2,000 years, or specifically the last 400 years, we've been influenced by a life cycle called the cross of planning. And this is all about institutions and organizations, and it's like this very big authority like politics, religion, institutions, doctors. All of these have a very big authority that have been telling us this is right and this is wrong. And so what's happening now as we're up leveling, as we're expanding, and as we're getting closer to this new paradigm that's coming in 2027, which is called the Cross of the Sleeping Phoenix, we're actually going to notice how the importance of our own authority is rising. And that is because the structures that we're so accustomed to are slowly crumbling. And one of my favorite examples is that I feel like all of us today, when we go to a doctor and we get a diagnosis, we're like, doc, wait a minute, I'm gonna Google my symptoms and I'm sure I'm gonna find something way more holistic that is gonna help me way better than this like weird, toxic medicine that you're gonna give me. And I don't wanna get into the details, like don't come for me in the comments of like, I think medicine is great, okay? I'm not somebody who's against it. I just think that it's interesting how these positions of authority, even if we look at politics, the way that our grandparents looked at politicians has nothing to do with the way that we see politicians nowadays. It's the same with the school system. A lot of us are questioning the school system. It's the same with the law. And so we really understand the law has nothing to do with what's right or what's wrong, but it's really about constitutions that have been written up. And so the fact that we are questioning, the fact that we are trying to find our own path, the fact that we are really tuning into what's right for us, that is because the importance of the authority is really coming into its peak as we're moving into this new paradigm. And with the shift of consciousness, we're going to see how these strong authorities are dissipating. And so when we will be no longer reliable on these outer authorities, being in tune with your own authority is going to be the most singular thing that is going to help you overcome this shift in consciousness, this new paradigm, the crumbling of society as we know it, so that you can thrive in 2027 in the Cross of the Sleeping Phoenix and really shine your light bright. If you've enjoyed the content of this video, please like this video. It really means the world to me. And if you want to know more about human design and want to be up to date on the specific series about the human design code language, subscribe to my channel. Any questions that you have, please leave them below. I love answering them and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Take care.